chances are you're already stereotyped. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. You're asking, how am I stereotyped? Let's get in. Stereotype, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, is to repeat something without variation. That's one meaning here. Another meaning is something conforming to a fixed or general pattern. Let me give a very quick explanation of this. Growing up, I've always heard that they don't send girls to school. Don't send girls to school. What are they going to do in school? When they go to school, they end up in their husband's houses. That was their reason, at least one I know of. I am from Nigeria, a country in Africa, which is the continent, one of the continents of the whole world. And growing up, I was wondering like why, and that was the reason I got. Now that is a stereotype because yes, there were cases of women who were trained by their parents. They got married, and then they had to bear their husband's name for them. And in their defense, the husband gets all of the glory while they've toiled all they had to send this their daughter to school. So that was one of the reasons, except there are more. If there are more, if you know, please send it, text it, put it on the chat. Let me see. I want to see it on the comments. Why are you saying that girls can't go to school? That was their major reason why girls cannot go to school. That's the one I know of. Here, I had to go to school. I went to University of Port Harcourt, and I really want to thank my dad. I've told you thank you, but I'm saying thank you here because when he informed some of the people from my place that he's sending his daughter to the university, and they were like, why? Why are you sending a girl child to the university? And I'm like, how? That is a stereotype. Number two stereotype in Africa is that women are the determining factors of the sex of a baby. For many years, they plunged on women. They made them feel so worthless and they make these phrases like, "Na only get the your belly." I grew up in Warri, so you're going to be hearing some pidgin once like that. You're going to be hearing it. Let me explain what that statement means. It means that it's only females that are in the ovaries of that woman, and is a demeaning statement. That's what it is. Now, when you study biology or you know your basic biology, you know that what forms an embryo that becomes a child is the X and the Y chromosomes. And a woman is XX, like X, like this. That's the chromosome. You can't change. That's how all women on earth, they have XX chromosomes. So if you want to see a boy, it's going to be from the father. The father is XY. So if the sperm of the husband comes down, and then the chromosomes X and Y, different chromosomes, millions of chromosomes, billions of chromosomes, and they're swimming to get to the egg, which is X. Now, the X chromosome from the man beats the Y chromosome to get there. What do you expect? A baby girl. You expect a female. And that is the stereotype. That's in Africa. But where I'm going to now is the stereotypes in the Bible that was mentioned in the book of Joshua. This was when the children of Israel had gotten to the promised land, and it was time for Joshua to share. Joshua was Moses' predecessor, and it was time for him to share these lands. And a family was about to be skipped because they did not have a boy. Also, this boy and girl thing of a boy or male or female that will inherit your property, it's not today it started a long time ago. Now, they've always been accustomed to, that's the stereotype now. They've always been accustomed to a male being the successor, which isn't bad. But this time, this man had 5 girls. The daughters of Zelophehad. They had 5 girls. Their dad had died. They had no son. And they were sharing the lands, and they were going to pass them by. They were like, no, we can't allow us to pass. They can't pass us by. They can't pass us by. Then they recalled Joshua, like, we spoke to Moses that time. Because when they were in the wilderness, I believe, they had spoken to Moses. They confronted Moses. Do you know the audacity to confront Moses? Like, do you know the audacity to confront Moses? Somebody that brought out children of Israel from Egypt, like millions of children of God, the Israelites from the from Egypt, brought them out of slavery, and you have the audacity to confront. They are good. Their audacity is on a higher level. They confronted Moses first and said, "Sir, please, this thing doesn't look okay. Oh. Yes, we know our father doesn't have a son, but that does not mean we will not get something." And Moses said, "Okay, no problem. I'll go back to God." Moses went back to God. He asked God, and God said, "Yeah, true. It's true. They are right. Give them that." Like if they had not gone, they would have passed them by. And because of that, which they did, they opened the way for other females that would not have a brother in their house to take. It became a law, I believe, in the Jews or for the Jews. And see, the stereotype is a lot. I can go on and explain, and I can believe you can even see ways you've been stereotyped. And the painful thing about being stereotyped is that you might not even know that you are being stereotyped. It might be from your environment where you grew up, from people you listen to, people that are your mentors or your role models. Now, what um breaking this stereotype, how to break being a stereotype, is you read books if you cannot be exposed to, or travel around the world, or travel to different places and see their culture and begin to understand why people do things, and not just say it must always be this way. You get? So that's one of the ways you can break being a stereotype. And then number two, if you the incidences that question you being stereotype comes, do not be on the defensive. Always listen to see, okay, am I being stereotyped? Why is my judgment on this like this? Okay, how should I better steward this? Okay, if it doesn't sit well with me, why is it not sitting well with me? Don't just accept it. Hook, click, and sinker that everybody's supposed to be like that. Who said so? No, nobody said so. If people just wake up and assume based on what they've always known and what they've always seen, and they take it as their norm. I can also call being a stereotyped status quo, kind of, because it's the same thing. Is it people from this family doesn't go more than this. People from this place do not do more than this. If you're being over excited or over inquisitive, they'll be like, "Ah, ha, ha, shush, shush," they shut you down. So do not be a stereotype. That's all I'm saying.